I was just saying, first things obviously to get the first one out of the way, take care of business, so to speak, at home. Just kind of how does that feel to kind of get the first one done?
Well, it's always great to play in Savage. Just to start our first game off, how we played and with the energy and how we came out and, punched them in the face in the first 4 minutes of the game. It was dope. But overall, I'm proud of the team. We played hard. We fought. Feel like we could have cleaned up a lot of stuff on the defensive end, but overall, I feel like we played hard and had a lot of energy.
Well, some new guys added to the lineup. Just how did it take some time to kind of get gelling?
Yeah, of course. Every year it's going to take some time to gel and get the chemistry right. But honestly, I feel like this year's team it was a little bit different. We got a lot of freshman guys, so it was kind of easier for them to tag along and want to listen and want to do the right thing and continue the trend of winning championships and winning games here.
I'm glad you mentioned freshman Bryce's obviously first half performance pretty special. Just your thoughts on his?
He's a great player. All the freshman guys are great players. I mean, you never know what each of the guys may give us any given night. But Bryce, he's a real good player. He stays to himself. He plays his game, and he knocks down open shots, and I love it.
This is the first game Jaden's played. Just what do you think of his performance out there in his presence on the court?
That boy's a beast, man, and he's a big help to this team. I wish we could have had him last year, but it's a good thing to see that he redshirted and is able to have 3 more years after here. But he's down there, man.
Did you see that from him last year as he was sitting out?
Yeah. I've known Javen for about a couple years now, but even him coming out of high school, I knew what type of player he was. But even last year, he gave guys like Seth and JT problems here and there in practice. So for me to see that and to see how well he's grown since last year, it's amazing.
You also redshirted. How important can that year be? Just kind of looking at things and practicing.
It's big, because a lot of things is not coming at you at once. You're sitting out a whole year, so you're basically like a player coach. So you're sitting on the sideline evaluating, giving energy, or just picking off the little detail things that we may be going through in practice, but mainly in the game. He did a real well job of staying in the gym. As you can see, let me make sure I'm right. 1 for 1 from 3, yeah. He's been in the gym, getting up shots and really working on his craft, and I'm proud to see that shown out here. And more games to come, man. Honestly.
Anything else for him?
You've obviously been waiting to play a game for a long time. Just how much did you enjoy it, and what did you think of your performance?
Well, first things first, Coach K, we were sitting pregame on the sideline, and Coach K was like, tapping me on my shoulder. He was like, "You excited?" I told him, I said, "Yeah, I'm a little anxious." He said, "You've been preparing for this moment since you got here." So once I stepped on that court, I always tell myself I'm nervous, but as soon as I get that first little bit of contact, I'm straight. And that's when I'm settled in. So I got that first bucket and I got that first little hit, and I'm like, okay, we here. You know what I'm saying? It ain't much change, It's just a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, but ain't nothing changed for it. I was elated to be out there with my brothers. I've been waiting a whole year for this. Maybe it feels like 2 years. It feels like 3 years. And once you sit down and you miss it, you like, man, I can't wait to get out there. Today I feel like I showed the team what I could bring to the table for sure.
Scoring the first bucket of the game, I'm sure, was a big boost for you.
Nah, for real, like, we emphasize defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, offense gonna come, but, I wanted to play defense. I wanted to get that first stop. Once we would have got that first stop, then I would have been like, yeah, we here. But that's where we get our energy at. But, yeah, scoring that first bucket, it made me settle in. I settled in a little bit, and once I settled in, I'm like, okay, we here now. College basketball, 2023, 2024 season, we here. So it was time to go from there.
There's obviously a lot of guys, not like you, they're getting their first college experience. Just kind of how would you describe, I guess, how they kind of transitioned?
It's been a beautiful transition for me. I've been in the weight room. Raheem, he was loving me up, but I'm going to love him up a little bit. Last year, like, he was talking to me. He was like, listen, bro, don't take the red shirt personal. You got to come in here, you got to work every day because you got to be ready for next year. And so that's what I did. And Coach K was like, don't get satisfied. Every day you come in here, you got to work hard. I had to play against JT and Seth every day. You know what I'm saying? And they boosted my confidence. They was like, listen, man, when we leave, you got to be the next to step up. So that's what I'm here for. And I'm just blessed to be in this place, and I thank God for everything He's doing for me.
Team-wise, was there anything that impressed you the most about the performance tonight?
I would say our connectedness. When we probably got 8 or 9 new guys, We only got 4 returning, and 3 that had college basketball experience. If you had X me out, so our communication was good. It can be better. I felt like when we got a little tired, it strayed away a little bit, but our connectivity was very, very. We were together. We were gelled, and it usually takes teams 3 or 4 months to get that, but we've been working at it since the summer, and Coach K always emphasized defense, and that's what we harp on. I feel like we a better defensive team than last year for sure.
You never know with that first game what to expect from your team, and I was just really excited about how hard we played, how connected we were defensively. Wasn't always pretty, made some mistakes, but overall, Javen's production was tremendous. We forced 23 turnovers, and Raheem's first half was as good as I think he's played. 9 turnovers, I'll take that any day. And then Bryce Ford obviously gave us some great production off the bench. But we had some new guys that were probably nervous and a little bit jitters, and it's only natural, and they played pretty well.
What were you most pleased by?
How hard we played, the energy we had.
And then everyone's kind of been waiting to see what Javen can offer. What did you think of his first game?
I thought he was good. He was 1 of 1 from 3, so he took an open one. He can score with his back to the basket. Still have to see him go get some more defensive rebounds. He only had 1 defensive rebound tonight, so that's something we need to work at.
What did you think? There are so many questions in the offseason now. You lost your 3 leading scorers and all that. Incredible balance tonight.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what the whole season is going to be like?
Well, I think Dante Maddox is a 20-point scorer. So he didn't. He had some open looks that just didn't go in for him tonight. But first game, overall, a lot to be proud about.
You said you're never quite sure what to expect first game. Bryce going 3 for 3 from behind the arc. Is that what you were expecting?
Yes, he can really shoot the ball. He does it in practice. He's a 50% three-point shooter. Him and Dante and Dre, and we get some guys that can score.
You said the effort pleased you the most. What displeased you the most at this point?
I don't think anything displeased me. I think we played a little bit ugly at times as far as, a couple of turnovers in our first half. We had 6 at halftime. Tyler was just so excited to get out there. He had some bad passes, but overall, no negatives.
Tyler was another guy that obviously I haven't seen for quite a while. He gets out there and 5 steals tonight. How big is his defense going to be this season?
Yeah, and he's been a little bit sore this week, unrelated to his, last year's injury. So, it's going to be important that he stays on the floor. And, he normally would play starter minutes tonight, but with the score, he was limited to 18 minutes. But he's a 20 to 25-minute player.
I know Javen mentioned the chemistry of the team. Obviously, a lot of new faces getting in the rotation. Just how quickly or how much time, tonight, obviously, they seemed like they were communicating pretty decently.
Yeah, it's a new team with new leaders, but it's close. Our culture is, it's excellent. It has been for a while, and you lose, Trayshawn Fletcher. What happens? Marion Jackson steps up. You lose Marion Jackson. What happens? And you got Ryan Rounds, and all of a sudden he leaves, and everybody's like, what's going to happen? Well, Ray J steps up, and Seth and JT, and now it's different guys stepping up. But you look how young we had. A lot of minutes out there. We had 3 freshmen on the floor a lot. Had a couple of hockey switches, line switches, which might happen this year. We're a deep team.
Sonny's first start at point guard, obviously only 1 turnover. It's obviously a good start for a freshman coming out in his first game.
Yeah, he didn't play well today. Sonny's a heck of a player, but he didn't play well today by his standards. Not mine, but by his.
Well, you mentioned the freshman. They had 31 points and shot better than 50% from the floor. Is that how talented they are in practice that you see every day?
It's a talented group. It's unique that you have 6 juniors and 6 freshmen, but the freshmen are good.